Welcome back. In this video, we're going to go through how to enter in annual statistics for your church. To begin with, go ahead and log on into UnityWeb. Once you're there, we're going to need to navigate to the church in question. For most persons, any churches to which they have access will pop up in their main menu here. Go ahead and click the church you want to work with. This will pull up the church profile. Scroll on down and you'll be able to see the annual statistics link. Now normally this link is a light blue, but since we're within the annual statistics window, that is to say from January 1st to January 31st, it pops up as a bright red, and there are alert messages below it indicating to me which tables need to be completed still. Go ahead and click. This pulls up the annual statistics menu. From here, you can view annual statistics for any year that we have electronic data available for your church. For the current year, you can see that we have additional options, indicating that these tables have not been started and giving us the ability to begin. Go ahead and click. Now, this has brought us to the statistics table entry screen. On the left-hand side, we'll have instructions for each statistics we need to enter. In the middle, we have the fields that we need to enter. And on the right-hand side, we have two columns. We have a previous year column that gives us last year's data as a reference point, and also a notes column in which we can enter any sort of reminders or informational points regarding the value in question. It's very useful for future pastors or officers to be able to look back on the year. If anything is unusual, to have an explanation as to why it was so. You can see that the first row here is grayed out, and it is indeed read-only. I can't enter in anything. That's because this is a value that's pre-populated, and it's the total professing members reported at close of last year. So this is a brought forward value. As we scroll down, we'll see additional grayed-in fields that are calculated values. In this case, the total professing members at end of year. This number auto-calculates based on our entry points. Scrolling on further down, you can see that some fields will have an information icon to the right. This allows us to hover and get more in-depth notes and information regarding that field that's available to help explain what we need to enter there. Scrolling further down, we're going to come to one of the first currency fields. You'll note that it shows both dollars and cents. This is a change from previous years in which only whole dollars were asked for. We've given people the ability to be more precise to help eliminate transposition errors where whole dollar amounts were entered when dollars and cents were meant. Keep in mind, though, that only whole dollar amounts are required and will be published in the journal and sent up to the General Counsel for Finance Administration. So you are free to enter in dollars and cents or only whole dollar amounts at your discretion. As you type, it adds formatting for you. Scrolling on down to the bottom, you can see there are three options. One is to cancel and discard the changes I've made. On the left is submit, which is what you should use if the form is complete and you're ready for it to be finished. In the middle is a save for later option, which is very useful if you don't have all the information available at the time to complete the report, or you need to stop for some reason. Let's go ahead and use that now. That brings us back to the statistics window, and you can see it tells us that table 1 is incomplete and allows us to continue. Let's go back. So I'm going to go ahead and leave most of this empty because I want to introduce a couple of problems. I'm going to enter in a large number here. Now, If I felt that this form was complete, I could go ahead and hit the Submit button. I'm going to do that now. And because I've intentionally left a couple of problems available, it's warning me of this. It tells me to please correct the following in red. Any aberrant condition that prevents you from submitting as a final record will pop up in red. And it tells me here that the sum of ethnicities must equal my total membership. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that. It's also telling me that my sum of genders must equal total membership. So I'm going to fix that as well. The last error you can see is a little bit different than the others. In this case, I've entered in a completely valid value, but because it differs so much from prior years, it wants me to confirm whether this is correct. So I have the option of fixing the value, or if the value is indeed right, I just need to type in yes there, and the system will accept it. Once I've made any corrections, I can now hit the Submit button again, and it brings me back, and you can see that it indicates that the value has been submitted. Note that during the annual statistics window, if I do discover a problem with what I've entered, I do have the option to come back in and edit and resubmit a field. Keep in mind, though, that it's still going to warn me about any of these out-of-range values, and I will have to type in yes to reconfirm those. There you go. You'll need to continue that through tables 2 and 3. In each case, all the same instructions apply. Once you've finished, you have the option of viewing individual reports for each table, or you can review a consolidated report. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day.